Hi, Jonna. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to first start off by asking, do I have your consent to record this session for my class?
Yes.
Okay. So what brings you in today?
Honestly, it's been a hard couple of days. I'm really stressed with finals and everything. So I have finals, Christmas, my birthday's coming up. It's a lot of things to think about and a lot of money to spend.
All right. So let's start with your finals, since that's coming before, Christmas and your birthday. What about finals is causing you this stress?
Honestly, I have a group project that I'm really the only one that put any effort into it. So that was kind of stressful because I waited till last minute. So I kind of did it to myself, but I waited till last minute and then I basically had to throw everything together myself. And then for my business finance class, that's like my hardest class, my most difficult professor, and he's making a cumulative exam. So that means I have to study from all the way back in August. Oh my God. That actually just made it so much worse.
Oh, okay. So this exam is from when you first started this class all the way to now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That must be stressful for you.
Yeah, he doesn't care, and he's just been getting more mad at us as the days go on. So I feel like he's gonna make the test harder because he seems like the type to go based off how people make him feel.
Why do you say he's getting more mad at you? What makes you think that?
Okay, we go to class, and I guess I'm kind of included. We kind of just do whatever at this point because he's just irritated us, so we just let him talk. And he likes to have people interact, and because no one's interacting, he gets frustrated. So he either gives us a quiz, or he yells, or does a combination. But the past 2 times this has happened, he's kind of just brought up the final and how hard it's gonna be. He was so mad last class that he actually sent a Canvas notification about how hard the exam was gonna be and what it was.
Wow. Oh, wow. He did that? Oh my gosh.
So he's prepared and he just keeps going. I got my degree. So.
Do you think he's using that just as a scare tactic, or do you think that this professor is like actually going to make this hard for you guys because he's frustrated?
I don't know. I feel like it's not a scare tactic because he would have started using it a minute ago. I think he's genuinely just irritated. And like I said, he seems like the type to really just do stuff out of spite. So,
have you ever had a personal conversation with this professor?
No. He asked me, this is actually funny, because after one class he asked me if I was a part of Beta Gamma Sigma. And I said, yeah. And he was like, well, I expect you to do way more than you're doing.
Wow.
And I was like, well, you shouldn't expect that. And because that's a lot of pressure to put on someone, and I'm not the only person in the class that's a part of it. So it was kind of like, why me? But ever since then, he kind of not picks on me, but like he'll intentionally like catch me when he knows I'm not paying attention to ask me a question, because I feel like he feels like he just can. But
do you think he's doing that because he sees your potential, or do you think he's doing that just because?
It probably is a potential thing, but that's just not how it feels. But I feel like most of the time that's what happens. Like, people see potential in you, but the way they act, you're not seeing what they see. You're kind of just irritated with how they're acting. So it might be that. I might thank him in the future, but for right now.
Yeah, professors can be hard. I know I had a lot of professors in the past that said they expected so much from me, and it just felt like pressure on me. It didn't necessarily help in the beginning.
Yeah.
But have you ever thought, maybe I should go to him and tell him how he's making me feel at all?
Honestly, no, because I don't like conflict and I don't like confrontation because it makes me uncomfortable. And I feel like I've kind of just allowed myself to just be not mad at him, but just irritated with the class. So now I'm kind of just going through it like I just need to get it over with. And I don't really care about fostering a relationship or like actually excelling. I really just want to get the class over with, which I know is not the best thing, but that's just how I am. Like the past couple of weeks, I've really just been like, yeah, it's time to wrap all of this up completely. Talking to him would probably, I don't know if it would help, but I feel like sometimes when you talk to professors, well, depending on the professor, sometimes they'll do their little magic, little 1-2. I've had a C turn into a B real quick before, but I don't know about him.
Yeah, and it's really hard because you don't know him, and you don't know him on a personal level, and he hasn't really given you the chance to know him at a personal level.
Yeah.
But it does seem like this professor does care. This professor wants you to excel and succeed.
Yeah, but it's hard because I already put pressure on myself, so when I see other people putting pressure on me, or they have expectations, that just puts so many more thoughts in my head, and it makes going through life harder because now I have to like not only excel for myself, but now I'm excelling for
others,
you and like other people, and it's kind of like like my parents are already pretty big weights on me when it comes to like making sure that I'm making them proud. Not just my parents, my whole family. So it's like when professors are added to that, it's just like
it can get overwhelming and stressful.
Yeah. So right now I'm just stressed. I just really just stress myself out. I think there's ways around stress. I just haven't found that way around it. So right now I just live life not in a constant state of stress, but like a pretty decent one.
Do you have any coping mechanisms that you use in order to combat your stress?
Honestly, I really don't. I really don't. When I'm like at my peak level of stress, it's just all internal. Everything I don't really like to tell people what's going on because I feel like when people know something's going on with you, they can take that as a weakness and they can use it against you, either in the short term or in the long run. So I don't really like letting people know what's going on. So I kind of internalize everything. So my stress kind of just gets internalized, and I kind of just it kind of just bubbles. And I haven't blown up yet, so I never know. I don't know.
You haven't blown up yet, but there could be a moment where you do.
Yeah. People were telling me that over the summer, and I started to realize, yeah, that is a possibility. But I feel like it's been 20 years, still bubbling, haven't blown up yet. So I don't know. Might happen when I'm 40.
That's a little late for you to blow up, though.
I know, but it's just like not that I don't take things seriously, but I just try. I feel like because I internalize everything, I really try not to make things big. I try to minimize things so that I feel better, because I know I'm not gonna like go to someone and be like, hey, like I really just not having a good day. Like
yeah. And it could be hard to reach out to somebody for help. It could be hard to want to, talk to anybody, because sometimes people don't want to feel like they're taking their problems onto somebody else.
Yeah.
Even though, you may have friends and family that say, you can talk to me anytime you want, come to me anytime you want. You just don't want to feel like you're taking your stress, taking your issues onto them and projecting that onto them.
Yeah.
But, that's what stuff like this is for. Anytime you feel stressed or overwhelmed, maybe there are some things that we can talk through. Maybe there are some things that you can do to reduce your stress. So, like, what do you like to do?
What do I like to do? Honestly, what I've been doing is, like, at a certain point, before I go to bed, I watch House of Pain. And that's actually been, like, I guess a good de-stressor. Because, like, I find the show corny, but it's, like, one of my favorite shows. Especially the old seasons. So it's, like, I just watch that, and that kind of just...
It helps you level down.
I just calm down. And then it's kind of just, like, a moment where I have something else to think about. Because I'm thinking about what's going on the TV, not, like, what's going on in real life, so...
So you do that every night before you go to sleep?
Yeah. I fall asleep to that show.
Oh, okay. So so what it seems like, that show is one type of level of comfort that you have.
Yeah.
Do you have any other things that you enjoy doing that gives you comfort?
I like keeping myself busy. Like, I feel like if I'm constantly doing something, then like I'm putting purpose in my life. But I kind of been in a season where I feel like I'm not doing enough. So I'm trying to see, like, am I really not doing enough, or am I kind of just like putting more pressure on myself? But I like just keeping myself busy. So if someone needs me, I'm okay helping.
Do you ever think, man, I just want to sit here and do nothing all day?
No.
So you just want to, you're ready to go.
Yeah, because, okay, this is going to sound so bad. When I'm not doing anything, you're then alone with, like, your thoughts. And then, because you're alone with your thoughts, you have time to, like, think and, like, process things. And it's kind of just a lot. And I just don't like dealing with that type of stuff. So if I'm constantly moving, then I just don't have anything, like, to think about.
Okay. I can understand that, because when you're constantly moving, constantly doing something, you don't have to think about what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
When you sit down and you relax, you're like, I have this going on, I have that going on,
Yeah.
I have so much going on. Have you ever thought of getting those thoughts out of your head? So like doing things like journaling, poetry, writing music, or something?
Depending on the thought, I've done it a couple of times. Like, depending on the thought and like how deep I'm feeling about it, I have definitely like written stuff out. I've written like text messages out that I just sent to myself, and it kind of helps get to get it out, I would say. So
Have you ever thought, I had a friend that does this, of when you're thinking about something, using a voice memo and saying it out loud.
I've
to
actually
just
never
get it
done
out of that. Yeah, so I have a friend, when she's just like overwhelmed or stressed with anything, she uses the voice memo app on her phone and just says what she's thinking.
Yeah.
Whether it's stressing her out, whether it's making her feel good. It's just something to get it off of her mind.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of that, or no?
I haven't, because I don't really have a reason why I haven't. I think I just take stuff to the chin. So like in the moment, I'm not gonna think like, oh, XYZ. Like, most things don't hit me instantly until I'm like sitting and like actually thinking about it. Some things do hit me instantly. Like, the more I care, the more instant it'll hit. But like for the most part, I would say like on the spot, I'm not thinking like, oh, let me get this out. It's kind of just like, oh, and then I'll sit with it, and you know, it just goes from there.
Yeah. See, our thoughts can be the best of us, and they can be the bad of us. You just never know.
Yeah.
But one thing I want you to try and work on is, instead of constantly keeping busy to get these thoughts out of your mind, do something that you enjoy.
Yeah. I've thought about that, because it's not a healthy way to live, and I can't be like older doing stuff like this, because it's not healthy, and I'm aware of that. So I do know I need to find like other outlets.
And it's okay, you know, we don't all have the answers. We don't know. We never know. Nobody has the way
The
of
magic
life.
pill.
Nobody has a magic pill or a magic book to write out how life should be. You know, you just never know, and that's okay. Well, other than, you know, school, what else is causing you stress? You said Christmas.
Christmas only causes me stress because I have parents that like to say I don't want anything, but that's not what they mean. And then I don't really know. I'm not a good gift giver, I would say. Mostly because I feel like my taste is more expensive than like my pockets right now. So what I want to get people, I can't necessarily afford to get them that thing. So like gifts is always that just stresses me out to the fullest, having to think about it, and then I end up waiting to the last minute, and then that's like a whole mess in itself. But yeah, that's really like the big thing. And then yeah, it's really just thinking about like, what do people want? And I haven't really been around my parents much this year because I didn't go home this summer. So it's kind of like, obviously they've grown as people, so it's like,
Yeah.
what do they want? Like, and it sounds so bad, but it's like sometimes I really do think about it. Like, I really don't know my parents' needs and wants and stuff. And yeah, I could ask, but I've just never. Oh wow, I could ask. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never. That sounds so. I sound so like self-absorbed, but I've really just never thought.
No, I don't think you sound self-absorbed. I think, that's what this is for.
Yeah.
This is for you to talk and get things off of your chest. It's
Yeah.
not for you to feel bad about yourself. It's not for you to think, oh, wow, maybe I should have done that.
Yeah.
Wow, my life would have been so much easier if I did that. This is for you to get the stuff that you don't want to say off your mind,
Yeah.
But do you even have a job? You have a job?
Yes, but it's not like a steady paycheck. It's like, if I work, I get paid.
Yeah, and you're a college student, so
Yeah, I am. But I love the idea of a gift because I feel like gifts can make someone like truly, really happy. And gifts is a way of like showing someone like, I see you. So there have been times where I like really sit with myself and think about like, what could I do to like really make my parents happy. One time I actually made my mom like a whole jar and it had like inspirational quotes in it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so it had like 3 different categories. So like when she was mad, sad, happy, or just like needed like some type of motivation, and I like found quotes that matched each of those things. That was like, I think, the best gift I've ever given my mom. And then my dad, it's hard to get gifts for my dad because he buys himself whatever he wants. And he's also a really specific type of guy. Like, if the color is slightly off, he's not gonna.
Oh, so he's very particular about.
He's very particular, and he's not the type to be like, I don't like it. You'll just never see him touch it. Like, never. And you'll think like a couple years later, hey, what happened to that? And then he's just like, he just looks at you crazy.
Oh, wow.
Like, I got him a watch one year, and this is when I was like in elementary school, but I've never seen this man with the watch. Never seen him with the watch. And one time I asked him, and he said, yeah, that's in my closet. I was just like,
yeah.
And he didn't make me feel bad about it or anything, but it was just like, I thought it was funny because when I saw the watch, I was like, my dad would like that. And it's been in the closet since I was like 7 or 8 years old. So
Wow, it's been that long?
That's like 12, 13 years.
Almost 12, 13 years. I mean, at least he kept it, right?
Yeah.
At least
I mean, that's better than him throwing it out. But
Yeah.
like, he's very like,
particular in what he wants.
yeah.
But with you being a college student, do you think your parents expect you to provide them with a gift, or you just want to show your love?
No, they don't. They actually really, all they expect is for me to pass my classes, be on Dean's List. My mom has an all A's expectation. I don't know if she's gonna get all A's. She might get a B, but I try and like keep them happy in those ways. But I know there's like other stuff that I can do. Like my grandma, she's also very particular, but she's the type of particular that she's like an old school particular, so you just know what to do and what not to do. So like, we'd like to get her like church hats or a nice top. I think I'm gonna get her a muumuu this year because it really just clicked to me that this woman wears muumuus like almost every day.
And they've actually been becoming really popular. What's been going on with that?
And she like, I looked at her this Thanksgiving and I was like, oh my god, you really wear muumuus, like for real. Like, this is not a trend to you. So I'm like, you see. So it's pieces where I'm like, okay, I'm getting this, but then sometimes I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of funny with your grandma and the muumuus.
Yeah.
But again, you're a college student.
Yeah.
You're a young adult.
Yeah.
You're not a full adult yet.
Oh no.
Slow down.
I'm a kid.
Slow down.
I'm a kid till I'm 25.
But you know, you're still a young adult, so sometimes, I can't speak for all family members, you know, just showing up
Yeah.
is a good enough gift for them sometimes.
Yeah. And I understand that. It's just weird. I just make stuff up in my head. And not even like in a delusional way, but like in a, I have expectations of people, so I expect them to have expectations of me too.
Yeah. I think we all have that.
Yeah.
I don't think you're weird for that. I think we
It's
all
like-
have, oh, I expect you to do this, but
Yeah,
I
like, what am
expect
I?
you
What
to
am I
run-
doing?
yeah,
So
what
it's
am I
like,
doing with myself?
What am I doing? And I feel like that's why it's hard sometimes because like, I'm gonna sound so spoiled, but like even with my phone, like I told my mom I didn't want a pink phone anymore, and she immediately like called Verizon to see like the upgrade plans, and then a couple of months later, I got a new phone. Like, what? She does stuff like that, and I just made a comment about a pink phone, and it's like, what am I doing for her?
but that means she listens and she cares.
Yeah.
I mean,
I told
you're
her
a
when I
child.
get not my first big girl check, but the second one, she'll get treated.
Well, at least you've already made one commitment to her. But that's when you're, as I say, but that's when you're a big girl.
Yeah, I know.
let's-
That's like
That's way past. That's too far away.
A couple of years.
Couple of years.
I don't know, maybe 50 seconds. Because I was just telling you I had 30 seconds. I feel like I have 30 seconds.
I completely understand that. Right. So, school, Christmas, your birthday, stressing you out. But we did talk through a little bit, you know, about how to relieve that stress, how to get over that stress. What next steps do you want to take?
I think I need to start being a little easier on myself. I don't know how I would do that, but I think I need to start being easier on myself, and I think I need to start actually asking for help and not expecting people to just understand that I'm going through something.
Do you have people that you feel comfortable with asking for help for?
I mean, yeah, by the book, I do have people that I should be comfortable doing
But-
that with.
Do you feel
I don't think I'll ever feel that way because I just have this thought in my head that, like, if anything went sour, like, they could just use what they have against me.
even your family?
I hate to say it, but yeah, it's a really negative thought, but it's just, like,
But
a
it's
fear
just
I've
a
always
thought.
had.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's still a thought. It may be negative, but it's still, you know, your thoughts, and that's okay to think like that. Obviously, again, you can always come to me
Mhm.
anytime, whenever you feel comfortable. I'm not going to use, you know, what you tell me against you.
Yeah.
I obviously would never do that. I'm here to help you and not
Mhm.
hurt you.
Yeah.
So you still have that. And then some coping mechanisms that you can use to try and get, you know, those thoughts out of your head, try to relieve some stress. You have, you know, watching your show,
Mhm.
House of Pain,
Yeah.
before you go to sleep. Well, actually, you go to sleep to it. So you have House of Pain that you can watch. And I want you to start trying to either jot down, you know, your feelings, how you feel, or do the idea of the voice memo.
Yeah.
You know, just so you can, sometimes saying it makes you feel better,
Yeah.
makes you get it off your head,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
just to get it out, just to put it out in the world.
Yeah.
I'm feeling this way, so it's just not locked in internally, and you're not waiting for it to fizzle up,
Yeah.
you know, until you burst when you're 40. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's try and get those thoughts out. All right. I hope that, you know, this session has helped you relieve a little bit of stress, help you feel better about yourself and, you know, the situations that you're going through. Would you like to reschedule? How are you feeling about, you know, coming back?
I would come back. I think you did a really good job, and you kind of pushed me to see outside of myself. I think sometimes I think very like inward, so seeing it from a different perspective and kind of hearing that like what I'm doing, although it's not necessarily healthy, it's understandable.
Mhm.
It was good to hear.
I'm glad. So, how's next week for you?
Sounds great.
Sounds good?
Yep.
All right, I'll see you next week. And thank you for coming in today and trusting me, with what you